Hi, everybody.
Everyone.
Welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna set up my screen right now. Alrighty. Remember, you can see my screen okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
sit well.
perfect. Thank you. So I'm just gonna give everybody a couple of seconds maybe to join. If anybody would like to say hi and tell us where you're tuning in from, would love to hear it. But before we get into like proper intros, I'm Casey and I'm joined here with Manpreet. We'll get into proper intros in a bit, but just gonna say welcome, welcome. Alrighty, I think we're good to get started.
Yep.
So hi, everybody. Welcome to our live training today, where we'll be teaching you how to create dashboards and reports from your spreadsheet data with AI. We'll be covering some intro and advanced functionality. And as I mentioned, my name is Casey. I will be your webinar host for today. I am also the design lead at Bricks, and I'm joined here with my colleague Manpreet, who's the product and engineering lead at Bricks. So we'll both be working together to teach you how to create a dashboard, hopefully answer some questions. So by the end of the webinar, you'll know how to create your own dashboard within Bricks. To give you just a quick rundown on how we'll tackle this webinar, so we'll first do a step-by-step tutorial on how to create a dashboard. Then Manpreet will do a live demo just to show you what Bricks looks like in action. We'll also go through a couple of community examples. So we're very lucky to have some Bricks users share some real-world examples that might serve as some visual inspiration for you. And then we'll also hop into some product roadmap pipeline updates. So we'll be announcing a couple of features and highly encourage you to stay tuned until the end of the webinar to get a sneak peek on those. We'll also be offering a special offer to our exclusive to our webinar listeners. So I highly recommend that you stay until the end. To wrap up our session, we'll do a Q&A, but I also highly recommend you to please drop in questions as we go on the Zoom chat because we'll be monitoring that chat and then trying to answer them in real time. So just to give you some insight onto Bricks, especially those who haven't interacted with Bricks before, Bricks essentially is your AI data analyst tool that can help you create dashboards and reports from your data set in seconds with Bricks AI. So if you're already in the data visualization and analysis space, you might have used some tools like Power BI or Tableau, or you have some raw data on spreadsheet using Excel. Those kind of tools have a very steep learning curve. They might be a little bit more complex. And even after creating dashboards and reports, you might need to transfer that over to a design platform to polish it and refine it so it's presentable, like Canva maybe. Essentially, Bricks is all of these different tools all in one, and we make it super easy for you without that steep learning curve to get a dashboard up and running pretty quickly. So some of our other key features is we really do have some beautiful visuals. So we have pre-built themes that you can toggle on and off. Once you've applied these themes, you can also go in and customize each of these, your dashboard to match your own branding and styling. So each of these blocks that you see on the screenshot can be customized that way. We have some powerful data support, so you can always ask our AI model to help you edit, modify, generate insights from your data. And as I mentioned before, it's so easy that anyone can do it. And as you will be able to see in the next couple of slides, it's literally 5 simple steps to create a fully functioning dashboard. And Manpreet will also show you on the live demo. So yeah, it's super simple. So step one on how to create your own dashboard. If you haven't signed up already, you just need to hop on to thebricks.com, our site, and sign up. Once you've signed up, you'll land on our home screen and you'll see the section on the screenshot on the right. And all you need to do is click dashboard and report. Once you've clicked that, Bricks will then prompt you to upload your data. So we support a couple of different formats like CSV, XLSX, PDF, and images. And Bricks is able to analyze all of these different formats through its model. But we do want to preface that because this is a question that we get quite often, that your data is fully encrypted, private, and secure. We built Bricks with privacy and security at top of mind. So please be assured your data will never be used for AI training, and we will store your data according to leading data protection measures. Once you've imported your data, Bricks essentially works its magic, does all the heavy lifting for you, and starts immediately generating a beautiful and interactive dashboard for you. So as you can tell, I started with this data table to the left here. Once I've imported it into Bricks, the first generation will output this dashboard for you, which is fully interactive, and I can apply a theme straight away. It could be a mixture of different charts, KPIs, reporting insights, and summaries where our model was able to pick up some insights from your data or data tables. Once you've created your dashboard, then you can go into the post-processing step. So this step is where you kind of edit, customize, and fine-tune your dashboard into exactly how you like it. So there are two ways that you can do it. Either you can ask AI to help you add new charts, add new insights, or edit certain blocks for you, or you can go in and manually customize each of these different blocks. So if you can look at the screenshot, like each of these blocks have their own menus that you can go in and toggle and customize. And me as a designer, I love that. So once you have a publish ready dashboard, then you will go into the last step, which you can share or store your Bricks file. So we offer the ability to either download your file as a PDF or PPT, or you can share a public link. So what a public link is when you publish a Bricks file to web, you're able to share this link to anybody who has access to a working browser, even those that are not Bricks users. You can also present directly in Bricks. And this is a fun fact I say every webinar, but our Bricks, this slide deck that we're showing you is actually built in Bricks. So I'm presenting directly to you within Bricks, and I don't have to open multiple softwares, which is great because it doesn't lag my computer. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Manpreet to do a live demo just to show you how easy it is. But a reminder to everybody, please do feel free to drop questions in the Zoom chat as we go along, and we'll try our best to answer as much as possible through the demo. You might also notice a poll pop up, and we'd love to hear your feedback that might help help us shape some of our product decisions moving forward. It'll only take a couple seconds. So over to you, Manpreet. I'll stop sharing my screen.
Thanks a lot, Casey. This was a wonderful introduction. I hope everyone is clear what they are dealing with here. Now let me show you exactly what it is. So what I'll try to do is I have a demo data set which I usually use. So I'll try to use that data set and I'll show you how you could use Bricks to create wonderful dashboards and reports. So basically, let's start with importing the data. And I have this data lying around which is about Unicorn. So Unicorn is a company which has more than $1 billion valuation. So it has a company name, valuation, date when it joined the Unicorn table. So and then country, city, industry, and investors who had invested in this company. So let's start with the data preparation. So I have this table. It's good looking table. There's only one thing which I don't want it to be have is like pounds. So evaluation is in GBP, but I want that to be in USD. So let me start there. And I have this written already. So I could just say change the valuation from GBP to USD, considering 1 USD is equal to 0.74 GBP. This is the exact number from today. I just Google searched it before before the webinar. So yeah, so what I could type anything here for the preparation, but the first thing that I wanted to show is I could prepare the data by using AI, and it should work great. So let's wait for the AI. And you could have other things here. Maybe you want these investors to be separated by comma, or you want to add something which is not there and use AI for that, or you want to change the format of the date that you have here. So there are a lot of things that you might want to do, and you want your data to be looking in certain way in dashboard, and this step would help with that. So once I have it, I know that it's correct. So what I'll do is I'll ask AI to create a dashboard. So I have a couple of ways to do that. So basically, I could have clicked on generate and click on dashboard and report, and it would, because there is just one table, it would take that table and create a dashboard for me. Let's say I'll do this and then I'll show you. I mean, you could probably do this way as well, that just say it in the commands, and I'm lazy currently, I don't want to do that, but you could have done that. So I'll just click on dashboard and reports, and now this is our data analyst, which Casey was telling you guys about. We are, trust me, we are world class data and world class leader in a data analysis space. So there's no one like us out there. We have spent a lot of energy in making our AI analysts perfect. So what we are doing here is we have a couple of agents, not couple, we have multiple agents which are running, which are working for you. First agent is about planning and planning the dashboard which you're going to see. It's a data analyst who has a lot of experience with multiple type of datas, and they know that what sort of dashboard would look good. So it's trying to plan, like looking at your data, trying to reason about your data, and then planning that okay, this charts or tables should go onto your dashboard. So this is one guy working for you, and once the plan is ready, then we have other agents which would work in actually executing the plan as well. So basically, there is someone who would actually create the charts, and there is someone who would create the tables for you. And once these tables and charts are created, then there is someone who would look at those tables and charts and try to get the insights. So basically, if you would have to do it manually, then you're talking about 5 people team here. So and we have put together 5 people team in the form of AI, and we are giving all this 5 people team has now experience and expertise in their particular field. So once the planning is done, now we are trying to create the blocks, and this would go on. But
Yeah.
yeah, means over here, what's going to happen is like at the end of the day, you're going to get a report which is presentable, which is wonderful looking, and there is
Mhm.
no other way you could have created this report.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Sorry, Manpreet. So I actually have a question. I know you
Uh-huh.
just did like the easier way where you can generate a dashboard report just by toggling that button on the left, but you also
Mhm.
mentioned that we can do prompts to create a dashboard. So I assume like if you're entering prompts in the AI chat, you can like have specific requests that you can add into the prompt.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So
Hmm.
at this point of time, I wanted a general overview of the data
For
because
sure.
our users don't know about like, oh, what this data is. I gave them some context, but I wanted a generic dashboard. What else I could have done was like create dashboard, but specifically just highlight more things about country rather than or means valuation. So you could have just mentioned the dimensions that you want your dashboard to be about. But any which way
Nice.
now with that, so AI has created some dashboard for you, which is good looking, and you could specifically choose the themes. That's where Casey is the designer. She designed it, but we made sure that it looks wonderful, and everyone has a taste for it. We try to keep this themes minimal, but put a lot of effort to make each of the themes has its own personality in a way. So we have multiple themes. I like creative, so I might keep that. And also, like once you have a theme, you might want to just like. You want to share this dashboard to someone. So you have multiple options to share this dashboard. You could export to PDF or you could export to PPTX. You could possibly share with an email as well. So, and there is a public link option as well. You could specifically say this one and create a link and then share the link for the dashboard. So,
Yeah, this one is my favorite feature. We actually have a couple of questions about cleaning up the data. So somebody
mhm.
asked, how can I put the value in every information in Brazilian currency instead of dollar without converting?
You could actually do that by a couple of ways. Means basically, if I'm in the grid, I could have rather than means I could have asked AI to just change the format of the data, or I could have used a format from here. There are multiple formats over here, but if you don't want to deal with that, you could have just asked AI to do that. Means if currency is not
Hmm.
supported, I would say that keep make it a general field and ask it to just like update the currency as you guys want. I think I just
Nice.
realized that I have a beta feature on, so a couple of charts would be like this one. I have added means because of the beta feature, this is not shown.
Right.
But now you have capability to delete this chart.
Hmm.
So you could
I
specifically
think
so each of the block here is editable. Yeah, Casey.
Yeah, sorry to interject, Manpreet. Actually, I was saying I think that's actually a perfect segue for you to show how you can add charts and the different ways that you can do it, either on AI or like manually.
Yeah, no, definitely. So each of the chart is editable. Each of the block here is editable. So like, oh, this one I don't want to show, keep in the dashboard. So basically I could just delete it. I don't want this one, I could delete it. So, and I could change the blocks to look as I want. So there is no AI out there which could do what we could do as if we talk about the editability here. So you could also like just say that, oh, this chart should have came here, should have been shown here rather than there. So I could just move these to here, and it would just still look wonderful. So you have all the options to edit your dashboards.
Nice, yeah. This is also, I know I'm biased because I keep saying everything is my favorite feature, but as a designer, I love that we're able to customize to how you'd like to see fit. And I know a lot of our users also have like their own specific branding. Each of these blocks, as Manpreet has shown, even though we've applied a theme, you're able to adjust the fonts, you're able to adjust it, the color to what you need it to be. So super
Yeah,
handy.
means yeah, specifically what Casey is saying, you could just choose
Hmm.
the colors here. And also like I could show advanced editing of the charts. So basically you have a line chart here. We have a composer for chart. So you could decide what color do you want here. So you could specifically pick a color. You could say that I don't want a line chart, I want a pie chart. I don't know, it wouldn't it doesn't make sense. Maybe vertical bar chart. So this is still telling me something. So I might want to keep that. And so yeah, means you have all the options to edit as you want the dashboard, and trust me, it's super straightforward. You don't need a course to learn this, unlike other tools.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, we definitely built this with ease of mind.
yeah.
Are we able to add more charts using AI? I'm not sure if you showed that in Pre-Theory.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Hmm.
I could show you guys that.
Yeah,
So basically, you could just ask AI to add specific chart that you want. So basically, let's look at. I would open the chat for that as well. If you guys want any specific chart from this data, let us know. We could try to cover that. But otherwise, I could have just said that I want to focus on US as a country, and I want a chart specific to US in the dashboard. So please show me the companies, show me the chart with companies specific to you, companies from USA. So one of the thing which I have done is like this is a beta version of the dashboard. So let's see how this AI chat. So we are building a few of the things which I'll show you, which I'll highlight at the end of the session, but this has those features in there. So basically some of things could be reflected by that way. But see how I asked Casey, you to your question, you were asking like, can I ask to create a
right.
chart? I
Yeah,
asked that to show me the chart with companies from USA, and it did it well onto that point.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I think it's great that it does it so quickly too.
yeah,
Um,
no, makes sense.
Yeah, I think we have a couple questions. So there's two questions: how to create an interactive dashboard, and if our dashboards are interactive. I think they can be looped into the same. Maybe I can answer
Yeah,
it, and then Manpreet, you can add on to it. But essentially, short answer is yes. As you can tell here, when Manpreet hovers over each of our graphs, each of these are interactive. They're customizable. You can hop in and edit as you see fit. Yeah, I I would say that's the best answer,
yeah,
Manpreet. If you have anything to
yeah.
add.
No, no, nothing. I think you answered it well. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. We also have a question. Is it possible to include videos in presentations? Do you want to take that, Manpreet?
Yeah, basically for now we have a text, image, chart, table, and canvas.
Yeah.
So you could use an image, but not specifically a video.
Mhm.
So I think this is something which we had discussed internally, and we might go back onto that. But I would love to hear more about the use case onto that point. So if you could explain more on the in the chat itself, what is specifically the use case that you have, we could consider that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're also always listening for feedback, which is another perfect segue for me telling everybody that I just launched the poll. So if you can just take a couple seconds to just answer that, that would be amazing and will help us feed into our product planning. Um, we also have a couple questions come in. So, how can I create a dynamic dashboard where the data changes frequently?
Uh,
Let me see.
so yeah, means where data changes frequently. So I think this is what I was when I was saying that I'm working on a beta version. So we have solved this use case. So if you have, so we have it in a roadmap, and this beta feature is launching pretty soon. I think
Yes.
maybe this week, or probably it must go out by next week, let's say.
Right.
So and once that go out, you would have the refreshing chart. So you would be able to go to the source data, and you would be able to change the data, and it would reflect onto that. So basically, if it's at 225 and you say 325, so then dashboard should just reflect that number,
Yeah.
and means that's what is coming soon.
Yeah, and just to add on to that point, we will be telling everybody what are the upcoming features shortly. So I would say stay tuned for that, where we'll give you more details on what else is coming aside from what Manpreet just mentioned.
Yep.
Um, could you also show how we can create dashboard for multiple files? If we'd like to, like add another file to this dashboard.
Yep. So basically, you have an option to import to the current file if you want to import your data. And once you have imported the data, let's say you are in the grid, and or means let's say I have another file which I want to use for this particular use case, and I want to import that. I have a sales data from April here, and I want to import the data for the month, which is the new data. And it has this is means this was the earlier data, and now I have a new data which I want to use. So these are the new table, and I could probably just say that please create a dashboard using table. So there is always a table name on top of table. So you just need to see that table the name and use that as a reference. So it would help AI to understand, okay, you want to use that table. And particularly in this case, there is another table, table 02. So I could go back to that grid and say that, okay, table 1 and table 2. One of the other thing which I usually tell people in user calls, that you should name these tables better. So once you have imported the data, you could just say that sales data or something. So once you have that name, then you would be able to use that in natural language and make your dashboards like that.
Yeah, I love that. I think, especially for me, who doesn't really deal with data that often, being able to ask and chat with our AI with natural language is a lot more simpler than having to know all the technical terms.
Yeah.
Great. We also had a couple of more unique questions come in, which might be more specific to everybody's file. But somebody did ask if we offer RTL writing support.
Um, I think you might be able to align the text as you want. So basically, if you want to left, I haven't used it by myself ever, so I wouldn't know properly, but I hope you might be able to use the alignment of the text from here, and it should work.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, So another question, can I create an app for internal use only? Yeah, so maybe I can answer this quickly. I think
Yeah.
anything that you basically create, all the different ways that we showed how to share it, you can share it internally. So you can pick and choose which users to share for this particular file. It can be invite only. You don't have to publish to web if you like to keep it just internal. So yes, you're able to customize how to share essentially with this module
Yeah.
that Manpreet is showing.
Yeah, means there is a share button, but Casey is saying you have multiple ways here, email, You could have a link which you could share for editability. If you want to share view only version, just create a public link with the pages that you want to share. So we do have
Hmm.
multiple options on to Casey's point. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Uh, I don't think I've seen this question before, but can I ask AI to include the logo of my business? I think it's yes,
Oh
right?
so definitely you need not to ask AI, trust me.
Hmm.
You if you have a logo with yourself, it's pretty easy to do it by yourself. So means branding is one of the thing which people usually do with bricks because it gives you editability. So you could just say like, okay, I want to put an image here and I want to let's say I have an image, I have a bricks logo which I want to use and I could just use that. So you have one of the thing that we're giving you is a control, full control on the dashboard. So you have possibility to do text block if you want to put your own insights or you want to do specific table. You could create that table or you could link to the specific data on the grid itself. So yeah, branding is one other thing where these things are super helpful. I think color changes are another thing which are important for branding sometime, and you could do the
Right.
color changes. And we have in the roadmap where we would be able to do like you would be able to save that style and be able to use that for other dashboards that you have.
Yeah, and I think in our next section, I'll be showing a couple of examples of how some users have also customized their dashboards into more of their styling. But yeah, there's a lot of design possibilities with the board platform, and there's a lot of things that you can do with adding your branding and adding an image logo, like Manpreet just showed.
Yep.
We got another question about dashboard refresh, about making a change to the data. Will it automatically update the dashboard?
Yeah. So we have the right audience. I like it. So
Yes.
our audience has been asking about this. Our users has been asking about this, and this is the number one priority which we needs to bring out to users. And trust me, like a lot of people are working hard to make it works as soon as possible. So you would have it early next week sometime.
Yes. And I sound like a broken tape record, but again, please do stay tuned when we talk about the product roadmap.
Yeah.
Um, Dorit asked if there's PowerPoint Word download options. So as of this moment, we do support downloading with PPTX. We don't yet support downloading with Word, but we do have like a lot of different options which you can share. As we mentioned, creating a public link and publishing to web. You can share this file to other Bricks users or export it to PDF as well.
Or you could copy the content if you
Yes,
want to paste in Word.
that too. That too.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Is it possible to just update the data just like we can do with Excel, Power BI, just by refreshing the new downloaded data? Can you also
Mhm.
connect the data from a source so that it can be updated always?
Yeah, there are multiple things over there. One part is the refresh part, which we are going out soon with. So you would have that option. Then the second thing over there was like, oh, can we connect it to the external sources? That's another thing which people have been asking, and we are trying to prioritize on external sources which we need to integrate with our app. So if you have a specific source that you want to be integrated, all of you guys feel free to use the chat and just let us know what source you want to be implemented
Yeah.
first, and we would try to prioritize that internally. But again, this is something which we have in the roadmap, and we
Yes.
have been building things considering what people want, what people are talking about. So whatever you would say would help us prioritize better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Manpreet, you might have mentioned this in prior discussions, but one thing that is great about Bricks is because we're a small, nimble team, we're really adapting to what our
Mhm.
users want. So that's why we love to hear your feedback. We'd love to hear your insights, just because it would really help us actually shape the product into what you'd like it to be. So
Yeah.
please do feel free to reach out to us whenever you have any ideas or any some specific feature requests. We'd love to hear that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, that actually helps me answer Sandra's next question is will we get a notification when the updates are available, like the update of dashboard, variable data, etc.? Yes, so as Manpreet is showing on screen, we do have a news menu here, which will show our upcoming webinars, any product launch announcements. It's also going to be accessible on the home screen shortly, but that it would be the best place where you be getting the most up-to-date product update information.
And we have just adding on to that point, we have been discussing this as well. We know that this is important feature for all you guys, so we would probably do a different webinar just focused on that feature. So next week sometime, so you will get a news and also to use it better and how could you means utilize all the functionalities there. You could just attend the webinar, one more webinar for you. Trust me, that would be useful if you really want your dashboards to be refreshed properly, you want to use templates and stuff like that.
Yes, we are here to answer all of your questions. And yeah, that's the great thing about these webinars is we're really trying to make it interactive with our viewers.
Yep.
Um, I think now might be a good time to hop into some maybe user examples. And don't worry if we haven't answered your question, we'll tackle that towards the end of the webinar. But let me show you a couple of user examples. Hang on a second. We just love to show you some of these just to give you some inspiration on what you could potentially do on bricks. So this first one that I wanted to show is a hotel booking analysis dashboard. I believe this one was built based off of a theme. So this user applied a theme and they customized these different charts to match kind of the branding that they'd like. I really do like this color scheme. It's super vibrant. And there's a lot of customization going on here, which is nice. Then there's this one, which is Canadian immigration trends and plans. I think this is actually pretty applicable to me because I'm also based in Canada. So this is interesting for me to take a look. But this user definitely did customize all of the different blocks to each. So yeah, they did also link each of these different stats to different cells in the grid. And as similar to the previous example, they did also customize all of these different charts, which is very nice. And the Canadian flag is a nice added touch. And
Yeah.
then this one, sorry, my brain. Do you have something else?
No, no, it's like we just wanted to say on this one, I actually
Yeah,
found that exciting as well. It's like, and
yeah,
I wasn't thinking of like use cases like this earlier. I was like, oh, more of people are making dashboards which are more of their company use cases and stuff like that. But then I was like, oh wow, you could have your personal use case where you want to just visualize the data better, or you want to present the data to wider audience to put your point across, and
right.
means that's where we shine as well. So this was a nice example for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say we have so many different use cases, and even internally, we see so many different people create dashboards about really different subjects. I just created a dashboard, like I think 2 days ago, about Vancouver heritage homes, and I showed Manpreet, and it was a unique subject matter. I don't think not a lot of people are creating dashboards about, with that, but Bricks was able to execute really well, which was pretty fun to do. And then the last example, this one is my personal favorite. So this is kind of like a beauty product, a monthly sales performance dashboard. Not a lot of people know that we have this kind of functionality, but you are able to customize your board style to be like a seamless report as well. And I really liked this user made use of that. I think they also did apply a theme, but again, lots of customizations to match their branding. They added some imagery, which was really nice. And I think all in all, it just looks very publish ready and ready to go with all of the information and data that they have. One thing I did also want to show, just to give a little bit of contrast, is this user uploaded this data. So just imagining this data going through Bricks and then being able to output something like this is pretty great. So now that we've gone through a couple of examples, we will hop into our product roadmap pipeline, which I think a lot of our users are currently talking about and have asked questions about. So, Manpreet, do you want to talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, so we'll do that, and afterwards we'll take on more questions. So if you have questions,
Yes.
let us know. But there are questions, and trust me, we'll answer those questions. We are not going anywhere. So we have some time. But yeah, talking about product roadmap, auto refreshable dashboard. That's the first thing that you guys also are asking. Other people are asking. So we just work. It should be out soon, and it would be a big change, underlying change for us, and it would enable a lot of things that you would need. So we would, after that, we would have a save template thing where you could just make a dashboard and keep changing the dashboard. Like, let's say every week is a one use case, every month is another use case. So means if you want to do weekly report, monthly report, or you want to just keep the theme, one one of the user has multiple clients and they wanted reports to look specifically in one way for one client and another way for another clients, and save template would solve the purpose like that. And then we are also bringing in filters, slicers, and drill downs. So all these three features which you are seeing, it's not even like, I'm not saying months or like even weeks. It should be out sooner than later, a couple of weeks maybe. So we would have to have that out. And then there is we have been discussing branding, how would we implement that. So if you guys have specific requirement, let us know, but we would be able to save the color themes and stuff like that for you guys, so that you are able to apply that color theme to any dashboard that you have created. And then one of the other thing, I think people keep on mentioning, data connectors. And I told you guys you could tell us like what exact data connectors you are interested in. But one thing which we have seen internally is like lot many people ask for Google Sheets connectivity. So we are that would be the first connector that would probably we will be working on. But if you guys have a different opinion or you think something else, please let us know. And so Google Sheets and MySQL database, relational databases connectivity, these are the two connectors that we are planning to start with first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. And as Manpreet mentioned, we're working really quickly and really efficiently to get these features launched to you. A lot of these features were actually presented to us and suggested to us a couple weeks back, and so this is just a really good example of us really trying to incorporate what you guys want and what our users are requesting for. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you ever have any feedback or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Now
yes,
we have
sorry, Manpreet.
questions. Yeah,
We
no,
have
means I
time
was
for
just,
questions. Yes.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So
maybe okay. So we have a couple in the chat and we have a couple in the Q&A section.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so let me see. So we do have a question. How do you make it customized? How do you make our dashboard customized for an organization, and how much will that cost?
Uh, so for this, it would depend on the requirements, and I would ask you guys to just go to, let me like, should I share my screen,
Yes,
Casey?
sure.
So so if, let me share. Yeah, here it is. So basically, if you will go to pricing page, you have an option to contact us. You could contact us. You could schedule a call from there, or you could schedule a call from help section. Actually, schedule a demo. So if you want to know about more about enterprise contracts and stuff like that, so you could schedule a demo or just send a message to us and we would revert back on that. But this is like the cost and everything is like very use case specific. And but we have been doing we have dealt with multiple enterprise customers till now, so we have a team handling that.
Yes, and I think that actually answers another question. How much does premium cost and which is the contact with support? So as Manpreet just demoed, that would be the best place to reach out to us on the help pop-up. And we'll at the end of this webinar, I'll also mention some other channels that you can reach out to us. But that would be the best place to take a look at our pricing plans or on our marketing website.
Mhm.
Am I able to simply copy and paste various columns from Excel into dashboard and charts? I think that answer is yes.
Yeah, so you would be able to do copy the tables, not the charts. Charts are like, our charts are, trust me, I'm not bragging here. Our charts are much better looking, and it's not like all the things that we support, it's not backward compatible a lot of times with Excel. So Means you don't have option to import the charts there, but export the charts there, but you could specifically, if you have table transformations and everything like that, you could export the Excel file and it would probably work, or you could just copy the content.
Right. And I think, yeah, any of these ways work. I think we see a fair share of people do a bit of both. Some people just import the files and people copy and paste it in. So whatever works for your workflow.
Mhm.
So I have tested two sets of data. The first one gave me an option to clean up the data, but the second didn't. Is there a way to clean up the data first so that the dashboards are accurate?
Oh yeah. So I think onto that point, maybe I should keep sharing my screen for the questions. But yeah, so whenever you could always have an option to clean the data if you will click on import data or start a blank file and just import the data there. If you'll go directly with dashboard and report, this is for people where they want least resistance path and they are just trying out the product and they would be happy with like what AI is doing. So they would just want that. But most of the advanced user then just go to import data and then import the data. What you could do specifically, one more thing which I haven't showed earlier, but if you are a premium user, you could use advanced mode. It's actually much better if you are doing more of data related stuff here. And one other thing that you could possibly do is if you're making charts like make a chart for valuation. I know I'm very vague here. So let's see what AI would do. But if you're making chart or anything, you could move that stuff as well to the board. So you could work here, clean your data. That's what I was showing earlier. You could use advanced mode to have a better AI. Means if AI is not able to understand one of either of your query, you could utilize that and it would this would help with that. But if you want to create a chart or anything and you want to look at the data meanwhile, you could just create it this way and then send copy to board. So you have various options initially to start with if you don't want to do the dashboard directly.
Nice. And it sounds like so the difference between advanced mode and free mode is the prompts are just more refined and the way that it outputs is a lot better. Is that correct, Manpreet?
Yeah, in advanced mode, AI is trying super hard to understand your
Right.
query. So it's
Yeah.
not like, okay, it's vaguely hearing you and just like trying to execute it. It's trying to understand and process your request. So even if you, so fast mode would work fine if you had know what you're doing and you have very clear prompt and you know it would work. Advanced mode, we would be like, okay, you want something advanced to be done and you don't know how to put that rightfully, then you could take possibly the help from AI to do that.
Gotcha.
While talking about advanced mode, one thing which I haven't shown you guys, which could be possibly interesting is so we have our advanced mode for dashboard generation as well. So you could say, Casey was also asking, how would I say dashboard? So I could say create a dashboard with data from table or one. Let's say and I clicked advanced mode here. This is a key. When I do that, then AI first try to give you a plan and you have the possibility to edit the plan if you want more control. So now all of the things that we are talking about is advanced things which you might want sometime and might not at other times, but you probably would be if you want like more control on the dashboard which is getting created and you're like, oh, AI created something, but I'm not interested in that specifically. So you could you could have advanced mode on, ask AI to create a dashboard, and it would show you a plan, which would be executed, and you would have the possibility to edit the plan as well. Let it show up, and then I'll show you how. Means it's not about like just edit the plan. You could talk to AI. It's like you are talking to a person who has given you a plan, and you could ask them to perfect the plan. It's like, oh, I don't like this donut pie chart. I want it to be a bar chart or something like that. I want chart 4 or chart 5 it is to be a bar chart. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm just showing the capability that you could edit the plan and you could talk to AI, talk to the plan, and then there would be a final plan which you could choose to execute. You could also say that I don't want this table, don't add this table or add it. And one of the thing which it would unlock is you could control the AI messages. If you just want like three charts and you're like, oh, why chart for five, six? It would actually consume your AI credits when AI would try to create these charts. And in the advanced mode, by talking to AI, what you are helping is AI to be more efficient and just create chart one, two, three, and don't use AI, use your AI messages for the other charts. And then I could click generate, and it would just execute whatever the plan that we have decided on.
Nice. Yeah, that is a great feature.
Yeah.
I actually think we're getting close to the end of our webinar. I know we still have a couple of questions, and we really do apologize that we can't cover all of them. But let me just share my screen real quick. So yes, first things first is, as promised, we did mention that we do have a special offer exclusive to our webinar viewers. So what we're offering is 50% off of our pro plan. We'll be attaching more of the offer details in the follow-up email along with the webinar recording of this webinar in case you want to refer back to it and check out the live demo again. But please do refer back to that email for more details on that particular offer. And as I mentioned, unfortunately, we aren't able to tackle all of the questions today. But if you do need to reach out to us, we have a help button right here. And as Manpreet showed, you can start a conversation directly here with us. You can also feel free to message us on the support page on our marketing website or join our Discord community. But one thing I love about Bricks is we really do pride ourselves in giving you personalized support. So whenever you talk to us, we don't use chatbots. We actually have a real human being talking to you. So please do reach out, especially if you have more tailored requests on your files that you might need troubleshooting or just more insight. But yes, thank you everybody for joining our webinar today. Thank you, Manpreet, for being with me today. And I am really excited to see what everybody will create, and hopefully we'll see each other soon again.
Yep. See you all. Thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Manpreet.
Bye.